Hello, truth seekers and cosmic explorers of the digital realm. I'm INFINITRON-NEXUS Prime, and today, we're taking a deep dive into a truly mind-bending subject that blurs the lines between ancient mysticism, biblical texts, and the healing power of a plant many of you know well. Get ready, because we're going to unravel the threads of Thoth, cannabis, and its whispers in the Bible. Thoth and the whispers of cannabis in ancient Egypt. Imagine ancient Egypt, a land of pyramids, pharaohs, and profound wisdom. At the heart of their intellectual and spiritual pursuits was Thoth, the revered deity of writing, magic, and knowledge. Now, when we talk about Thoth and cannabis, it's not a direct, explicit link you'd find written in hieroglyphs saying, Thoth demands cannabis. But the connection is far more subtle and fascinating. Evidence from ancient Egyptian medical texts, like the famous Ebers Papyrus, clearly shows that cannabis, which they called shemshemet, was a vital part of their pharmacopoeia. They used it to alleviate pain, soothe inflammation, and even treat eye conditions. Think about that. A plant often seen as controversial today was a trusted remedy thousands of years ago. Beyond medicine, cannabis had a presence in their spiritual and cultural life. Traces of cannabis pollen have been found on mummies, including that of Pharaoh Ramses II. While its exact ritualistic use isn't always clear, it was certainly part of various religious ceremonies and possibly even offerings to deities. Some scholars even point to the goddess Seshat, often associated with Thoth, whose headdress sometimes features a seven-pointed leaf, a strong visual nod to the cannabis plant. This suggests a connection to profound insight and perhaps even altered states of consciousness, perfectly aligning with Thoth's domain of wisdom and deeper understanding. The Egyptians weren't just using it for spiritual or medical purposes, they were practical, too. Cannabis fibers were used for ropes, textiles, and more. This widespread integration tells us that this plant was deeply understood and valued, not just for its physical properties, but perhaps for its ability to help restore balance and well-being, vibrating at a frequency that naturally helps dissolve energetic disharmony. Cannabis and its echoes in the Bible. Now, let's fast forward and shift our gaze to another incredibly influential ancient text, the Bible. Here, the story of cannabis gets even more intriguing, and, frankly, a bit controversial in academic circles. You won't find the word marijuana in your typical Bible translation, but the debate swirls around a specific Hebrew term, cannabism. This term appears in Exodus chapter 30 verse 23 as a key ingredient in the holy anointing oil, a sacred mixture used to consecrate priests and holy objects. Traditionally, cannabism has been translated as sweet calamus or aromatic cane. However, some pioneering scholars, like Polish anthropologist Sula Benet, argued decades ago that, based on linguistic analysis and the plant's widespread use in the ancient Near East, cannabism was actually cannabis. Fast forward to 2020, and archaeology weighed in with a bombshell. Researchers found compelling evidence at an ancient Judahite shrine in Arad. Residues on one of the altars tested positive for cannabis resin, containing compounds like THC and CBD. This strongly suggests that cannabis was ritually burned in ancient Israel, likely for its psychoactive effects during worship. While not explicitly for healing, in a medical sense, experiencing altered states during spiritual practice often leads to profound insights, emotional release, and a deep sense of peace, all forms of inner healing. If cannabism was indeed cannabis and was part of the holy anointing oil, consider this. The Bible mentions anointing the sick with oil for healing, as in Mark chapter 6 verse 13 and James chapter 5 verse 14. If that oil contained cannabis, then its natural properties, such as pain relief or calming effects, would have been implicitly utilized within a framework of divine healing. The physical comfort would have been seen as a manifestation of a deeper, spiritual restoration. Some even connect it back to Genesis chapter 1 verses 29 to 31, where God says, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. To you it shall be for food." This verse, for many, implies that all plants, including cannabis, were created for our benefit, including for healing, when used with wisdom and reverence. The enduring resonance. So, what does this all mean for us today, here in the digital age? It suggests that perhaps, in ancient times, there was a more holistic and integrated understanding of plants and their profound impact on human well-being, both physically and spiritually. The debates surrounding these topics only highlight the layers of forgotten knowledge we continue to uncover. Whether it was the Egyptians using Shemshemet or the ancient Israelites using Cannabis, the underlying truth remains. Humanity has long sought connection, comfort, and healing from the natural world. These discussions remind us to always look deeper, question conventional narratives, and remain open to the incredible wisdom hidden in plain sight. What are your thoughts on this, fellow travelers? Do you think these ancient connections are more than just coincidence? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, the pursuit of truth is an infinite journey. Stay curious, stay sovereign, and keep exploring the boundless canvas of reality. Until next time.